get up to see that Josh had run into our garage door. But the thing is, he ran into the garage door from the inside of the garage. The inside of the garage. If you Google Maps our house, our garage doors are actually different. So, Josh was also the only handyman around. I often came home to crooked shelves and picture frames and watching him measure things with his hands instead of tape measure, and observe his non-traditional ways of doing things. I questioned his methods a lot, and he would always respond, "It just works." Even after all that weirdness, I still saw Josh as a man in the house, and someone I looked up to every day. After all these years, I still feel the same way, and Josh has not changed. And he is now a true man in the house. There's nothing I wouldn't do for Josh, and I'm sure there's nothing he wouldn't do for me. In fact, we spend a lot of time not doing anything for each other. So, on to the next part of my speech as I speak at musicians. Let's talk about Yen for a little bit. I probably don't know Yen more than you think, or as well as you think. They actually had started dating when I had graduated from high school. In fact, the first time I met Yen was at my high school graduation. Everyone who was there had given me a gift, mostly money and envelopes and cards and stuff. Yen had actually given me the most money out of everyone, which was pretty cool. Generous. And then after that, I left for college for a few years, and then I came back. So these past 2 years were probably the most I've learned about her. She was very different than I've seen. She was very different than any other girl I'd seen Josh. Kind of quiet, very caring, and incredibly smart. And not to mention, a very good cook. She has like 18 bachelor's degrees and 7 master's degrees. I'm pretty sure she's still studying for something. Every time I go over to their house, even in the middle of summer and with a full-time job, Yen is always reading books and typing papers. Her work ethic is unreal. There are a number of bookshelves in their house, and they're just full of her books. Except one shelf that has Joshua's Dragon Ball Z DVDs. I kind of wondered for a while how Josh and Yen match with each other. But somehow, they just make it work, in Josh's words. I wanted to end the speech with cheesy advice, but I never experienced marriage or a long-term relationship. So I kind of stressed for a while over what I would write. I took a break the other night. While writing the speech, I came across a photo album of my dad. It's pretty much a selfie album, pictures of him often by himself. Background story, so my dad married my mom in the Philippines and traveled to the US first. I waited for my mom to get her paperwork done, and he waited for 4 years. 4 years, until she could finally move to the US. This album had close to 100 pictures, and I come to find out these pictures were sent to my mom when they were apart. A picture had happened to fall out when I was putting it away. And it was a picture of my dad sitting in my car, and I noticed on the back, it had a message that said, "Mama, I really miss you. I love the way you drive me crazy. I miss you. Love, Papa." Out of curiosity, I looked on the back of all these pictures, and every single one of them had a small message on them. It was like going through 4 years worth of love letters. The reason I tell this story is because that is the best advice I had found. Share a bond strong enough that even if you live halfway across the globe for 4 years, you still end up with each other. A bond so strong that an ocean cannot separate you. Live every moment together as if you might not see each other again. Have that kind of trust and realize that you were meant for each other. Marriage is not a test you can study for, so just make it work. There was one photo in particular that caught my attention. It was a picture of my dad sitting on the grass. And he was by himself with a straight face. On the back, the message said, "You know, it's very lonesome going out just to find out you're walking on an empty world. Love, Papa." That just goes to show the truth and the most overused marriage quote ever. Marriage isn't about who you can live with, but who you can't live without. So please join me in toast, you, Mr. and Mrs. Lopez. Yeah.
Thank you.